Gyros are by far one of my favorite Greek foods, and something that I always crave when I'm not there. Gyros are like fast food elevated. Tender pieces of seasoned meat loaded into a fresh pita with cool tzatziki sauce and whatever toppings you prefer. This is my version of a healthy, flavorful, homemade gyros pita. We're going to start with the dough for our fresh pita. Don't be intimidated by making bread, because this recipe is so simple and practically foolproof. Start by adding 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of hot water, 1 teaspoon of white sugar, and 1 package of active dry yeast in a bowl. Let this sit and bubble 20 minutes to activate the yeast. Once bubbling, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 1½ teaspoons of salt onto the mixture. Then add that to 1 3/4 cup of flour. Knead this until it comes together, about 5 or 6 minutes. Turn the dough into a ball and place it in a lightly oiled bowl to proof. Cover with saran wrap and leave it in a dark, warm place, about 2 hours until it has doubled in size. Remove the dough and work on a lightly floured surface. Form it into a disc shape and cut it into 8 even pieces, forming each smaller piece into a smooth ball. Place your dough balls into a lined baking tin to proof, and drizzle each one with a little bit of olive oil. Cover with plastic wrap and leave it for about 30 minutes before cooking. When you're ready to cook your pita, pat the balls down into a flat disc shape about 1/4 inch thick and let rest for 5 minutes. Cook your pita on the stovetop in a heavy bottom pan. Use a medium-high heat and a little bit of olive oil to fry them. Start on the first side for about 3 minutes until golden brown, and then flip it over for another 2 minutes to make sure they're cooked. Flip it back to the first side for another 30 seconds or so, just to allow them to puff up. Once you've allowed them to cool for a few minutes, you're ready to enjoy your fresh pita bread with dips, chicken gyros, or anything else you can think of. Gyros are traditionally shaved off a rotisserie and loaded with salt and fat. The version that I'm making today is a healthy alternative with the same seasonings. My favorite thing about gyros are the crispy bits of roasted meat. To get the texture, I'm going to cut my chicken into thin strips that will cook quickly and crisp up along the outsides. I'm using 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts for this recipe and slicing them into 1 centimeter strips. The marinade will help keep it moist and flavorful. Roughly chop 4 large garlic cloves and add it to the chicken. Next, add the zest of 1 lemon. We want the brightness without the acidity. Adding lemon juice to marinades is not a good idea since it cooks the meat. I'm going to keep the seasonings very simple. Sweet paprika, dried oregano, and a good amount of salt and pepper. Finish the marinade with a big glug of olive oil. This will help keep the meat moist, distribute the seasonings, give the chicken some much needed fat and lots of flavor. Stir to coat the chicken, cover in plastic wrap, and refrigerate at least 1 hour until you are ready to cook. Cook the chicken in a heavy bottom frying pan over medium-high heat in small batches so you don't overcrowd the pan. This will help the chicken cook quickly and brown nicely, giving you the crispy edges that make gyros so tasty. Serve your chicken gyro with your homemade pita bread and tzatziki sauce. Add fresh tomato, red onion, baby greens, or french fries if you prefer. And there you have it. Simple and fresh chicken gyros with homemade pita bread. The perfect meal to make the next time you're missing Greece. Be sure to check out my channel for more food, beauty, and travel tips. Thanks for watching.